we're also similar in that we are both kind of struggling to do a really good job at what we do, and feeling really stressed and really, really hard in all the aspects of our life. So I think that's kind of where we are similar. In ways that we're not similar is that I am not a racist. But I also don't think that she's really a racist per se. She's just kind of struggling with political correctness. And
Ross in the show grows up, says he grows up on a farm. I didn't grow up on a farm, but I grew up in Oklahoma around a lot of farms. So I have that part of me, and yet I also went to graduate school, and so the academic part of me is there. And so yeah, I connected with this guy who really wants to be part of the liberal arts professor, upper academia world, but there's always a part of him that you can't take out of the farm.
He's so out of touch.
What?
Burton's right. I think we should make a public gesture of some sort. We should call a campus-wide meeting so we can discuss what's going on.
Yes. She is not so much like me, not at all. So it's very challenging, but I have met people like her. So I have to bring life to that character. So I bring life to her, give her a voice, even though you may not agree with it, but it's out there.
But there are also some similarities where he comes from. He comes from a town where he grew up mostly around, all white people. And I come from Kentucky. I grew up in a town with all white people. And then, of course, I moved to Chicago, and I've learned a lot. And I learned a lot about being in a city compared to being in a country, and being in a city that has a lot of different culture to it from all over the world.
I'm similar to Patrick in that he's a pretty self-assured young man, and I've always been pretty self-assured. I also feel like we both have a good sense of right and wrong. Dissimilar, I'm not as much one for conflict as it seems that Patrick is. I just tend to stay away from it, whereas he doesn't mind jumping right into it.
Burton is very different from my perspective. Burton is a loudmouth. He's very pushy. He doesn't know when to shut up. That is different from me. It is. Oh, he's much more racist than he would like to let on when he really starts talking and starts getting into things. So it's been very interesting to get into his psyche and figure out what's going on in there.
People